So right now we are in the lobby of Wilderness Lodge waiting for our reservation for storybook dining at Artist Point at Disney's Wilderness Lodge. We have been waiting for this meal for quite some time. We actually had the reservation booked before the pandemic and had that reservation canceled, of course, because it was not open then. And it has just recently reopened. So we're going to be giving it a try today. Very, very excited about this meal. Storybook dining at Artist Point with Snow White. It should be really, really exciting. So Artist Point is a prix-fixe menu that comes with 3 courses. And because I am vegetarian and my wife Courtney is not, we both got a different set of appetizers. So Courtney, why don't you say what all of these 3 things are and give them a taste.
The first one is a mushroom bisque. It looks very hearty and creamy. It's extremely flavorful, creamy, a nice mushroom flavor, but also I would say kind of an herb or garlic flavor, and it makes it very, very flavorful. In the middle is a hunter's pie on a biscuit. I'm not exactly sure what all this has in it. So the biscuit is kind of just like a flaky pastry, and we have kind of a meatball. It's messy to try and take a bite out of it. Let's see if I can cut it.
She's also a little distracted because even though Grumpy met with us just a few minutes ago, now Grumpy is meeting with another family right by us.
I think I would, oh yeah, I like it. I think I would describe it as sort of a Swedish meatball, but also a little sweet. So maybe almost like more of an Asian tasting meatball. I definitely like it. You have, something with a different texture with the biscuit with it. And third is, I believe it's a Thai style or Asian style shrimp. I love seafood, I love shrimp, so I think I'm going to like this. It looks like kind of a light dressing. And this looks like a seaweed salad, so definitely Asian style, and I'm a fan of that. Nice refreshing seaweed salad. If you've had it at, your local Asian restaurant, that is what it tastes like. It has a tiny bit of a spicy kick to it. The shrimp is very fresh, flavorful, a little salty, and again there's a little kick of a spice. I love it.
So now we are going to do the vegetarian appetizers. I believe these are 100% plant-based as well. So here we have the spring rolls. This is the same meat pie except for this one is made with Impossible. And I keep having a difficulty with this one. It's the mushroom consomme. So I'm gonna start first with the spring rolls. They're sticking together a little bit, that's okay. Okay. So I'm actually a little surprised at how much I like that. It is very, very seasoned. So there is that. And it is not spicy, but black peppery and maybe a little vinegary. But wow, I liked it a lot more than I was expecting. So let's try this. I'm sure I'm gonna like this.
Anything else?
It's amazing that that is plant-based meat because it tastes like just dipping your fork and grabbing a hunk of a really, really good hamburger. It does have a little bit of spice in the middle, like Courtney said about hers, where it was a little sweet. I think I agree with her on this one as well. Just a tiny, tiny bit of sweetness in the background. And now the mushroom consomme. I'm learning French here. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is the best one of the three. And I like the first two things. You have to like mushroom. It is a really strong mushroom flavor, but it's really good. It's a little salty, but I like that. Definitely have to say that this is my favorite part right now. And then, since it is a prefix menu, we also get an entree, and you pick one of the available entrees. Courtney got the Royal Prime Rib Roast, which is horseradish, mashed potato, carrots, and jus, and of course, the prime rib. So why don't you give a cut into that medium rare prime rib.
Oh my goodness.
The fellow vegetarians might not be enjoying this very much, but...
And I have to say, I am a meat eater, but I don't eat steak and beef and things like that very often. But this just looked and sounded so good. And you're really getting, I think, the bang for your buck. And Disney just executes their food so well, prepares their food so well.
And I also think when you're doing a prefix menu, everybody's paying the same price.
Right.
So if you ever want to try a steak at Disney, do it when you're already paying for a prefix menu. So here we go. She's going to take a bite here.
Tender, juicy, flavorful. They suggested it to be prepared medium rare, and I think to me it's just prepared perfectly. Very flavorful.
Why don't you give a try to those horseradish mashed potatoes? That is where I am a little jealous, honestly.
They're interesting. They're a little different. They're certainly creamy and buttery. They are not pungent in the way horseradish can be, but there's a little bit of that different flavor from the horseradish, and it's a little bit sour. But I do like them. I personally just kind of prefer maybe a garlic mashed potato, so that's something that's different for me.
The silly song.
And now we are going to move on to my entree. This is the Sorceress Spell of Trickin' Chicken. It is a cauliflower puree, roasted vegetables, and vegetable jus. So, I'm gonna taste the chicken first here. Obviously, this is a plant-based chicken. All right, let's give it a try here. It's actually incredible. It's really, really good. A little spicy, honestly. I was surprised by that. It's definitely a little spicy. So I'm going to try to pick up a little bit of everything else here. This is that cauliflower puree. Okay, it tastes a lot like cauliflower, which is not necessarily my favorite thing, but it is really creamy. I think it's good. It might not necessarily be what I would have picked in a similar situation. Just get a little more of it right here. It's close to tasting like a potato, but as somebody who is Irish, I would rather mashed potatoes. But this is a plant-based option, so they didn't want to do mashed potatoes, and I understand that. And finally, the third part of the prefix menu is the dessert. So Courtney, why don't you tell me what you have here?
Okay, first is a gooseberry tart. In the middle is a poison apple mousse, which I think is sort of a mousse cheesecake. And finally, if we spin this around, you can see a little dwarf's hat, and it is considered a miner's treasure cake.
So just in case you are wondering, the miner's treasure cake has gelatin in it. So if you can't have gelatin because maybe you're a vegetarian, or especially if you're a vegan, you definitely want to avoid that one. I do not have it, so you'll see a different option on mine. But Courtney, why don't you give some of these a try here?
And these are pretty small, but in my mind, also pretty perfect portion, because at this point you're pretty full and you just want to have these, you know, maybe 2 bites per dessert. Just to get to taste everything and get a little bit of sweetness at the end of your meal. So this is the gooseberry tart. I really like that. It's a little hard to describe because I think it's so specifically gooseberry, and that's not something I don't think I've really had. but it's an apple-y flavor. You know, a little bit of cinnamon and typically the spices that you would have with apple, and a little tart. Not too sweet either. Very, very good.
Right here.
Yes.
This is the henchman's gift to the queen.
Yes, oh my goodness.
Thank you so much. That
Awesome.
is
It
beautiful.
does have gelatin, so I'm so sorry.
Absolutely, it is gorgeous.
The lady over here, she gets to taste both of them.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
We are
so
enjoying
much.
everything.
Thank you. Enjoy and happy birthday.
Thank you again.
You're welcome.
Wow. So now, do you want to, while we're still recording, want to give these a try here?
So I believe I have heard that the heart is, I believe, a white chocolate raspberry style heart. And I don't think I can break it, so I'm going to pick it up and take a bite. It has kind of a soft, maybe ganache type of center. Very good, white chocolatey, sweet, not overly sweet, just a nice candy. And this, I think, might be a caramel macchiato style truffle type of chocolate. I think I see some nice sea salt on there. This has almost a liquidy center. Coffee flavored, caramel. That's really good. It is sweet and it is definitely a candy, but it's really good.
Unfortunately, I can't have it because there's gelatin, but I would probably really like that one. So do you want to finish your other two desserts here? Well, not finish them, but at least give them a taste.
So I think we have like some edible chocolates for the little stem. I see some cute edible glitter on the outside. I love that. And then, yeah, really soft mousse inside. We'll see exactly what flavors are in here. I'm thinking some chocolate and maybe some berry or apple. That's really good. It's a little blander because it's a light chocolate mousse, and then there's a fruity mousse flavor in there. It's really refreshing and nice and light. Again, we've got some little edible chocolate goodies on here, which Disney does so well and is always so fun. And this is a super soft, so it was, I think, a cake or a panna cotta description, but it definitely seems more like a mousse as well, and I can see like the gel there. It's hard to describe. It is good. Again, it's like a light mousse, creamy, and I would say just a really nice vanilla flavor, like a vanilla bean flavor. Yeah, very enjoyable for all of them.
And finally, my desserts, since I can't have gelatin, so let's get this going. This is chai pudding with mango. This is my replacement for the item with gelatin in it. It's really good. It's definitely fresh mango. Not my favorite fruit, but it actually is really good, and it's nice and refreshing to be part of your third course of a big meal. To have something that's not super heavy and doesn't like stick to your gut, you know? And now we'll try this apple here. I get what Courtney was saying when she said it was a little bit bland, but It's definitely dark chocolate, and that sort of has a blander feel, but I really like it, and I'm going to enjoy finishing that one. And finally, this is the, what type of pie is it again?
Gooseberry.
Gooseberry pie, all right. Yeah, it's very tart, which I really like. I really like all three of these desserts, honestly. So, yeah, definitely 3 good courses with the prefix menu here.